question. Oh. Right, let's try this one. If I take it off the bat, I'm not taking it off the bat. I'll take the bat off the wheel. Okay, I think I might have pulled that up a little bit. But hopefully the base is thick enough for I'll be able to level it off alright. It's kind of a very flat rim. Yeah, something different. Let's bring you back and lie you. I can't grab hold of it. It's too far away. Why is it across? Okay, yeah, you definitely didn't get wired. That is another wonderful thing about this new. I think it's called a bat mate. Yeah, I've got a bat mate. Let it go straight back on. Let's just cut underneath quickly before I attempt to wire this. I don't have a good feeling about this. It's very wide. I think it's okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's okay. I just couldn't quite get my thumbs down to push the wire down as I brought it along. Oh, I think it's wired off alright. Right, now I have an even bigger bit of clay. God knows what I'm going to make with that. Let's go taller again. Extra 500 grams of clay in this one compared to the last one. None of that. Actually, is it the recycled lump? I think this might be the recycled lump in a minute. That's why it's so big, I just want to cut it up into smaller pieces. It definitely feels a bit harder than the last few bits. Not quite the same consistency. Definitely might be a bit of a challenge. It's so big and it's a bit hard. It's a real test for my new batmate. Oh, batmate. A lump of clay on the back there. Wobbly. I mean, I could go for something completely different, you know. Just as a experiment. I'm just thinking that this is too much clay for a shallow dish. I'm just going to end up going wider and wider and wider. And I'm doing well for time. I've knocked those ones out pretty quickly, so I think I'll do something different. And I'm pretty much just making it up as I go along, so bear with me. Definitely fighting me a bit more this drier piece. Doesn't want to be centred. I think that's going to do. It'll have to do. It is wearing me out. Right. So what I'm going to try and do is make a little hut, essentially. I've made one before, but with much less clay. It's on over behind me. I can't see it, so you can't see it. Little bird hut. Except this one's going to be hopefully a fairly big bird hut. You'll be able to fly into and get a bit of shelter. I think because this is recycled clay, it's having a big wide base is more likely to crack, I think. It's not mixed too well or wedged. Got the air bubbling out, things like that. So I guess something a bit taller. Fairly thick base just to hopefully prevent cracking. quite thick actually, a bit too thick. Pull it out. I do tend to, so this is going to be essentially a closed form when I throw it. I find that they always end up, when I close it up at the top, and then I cut it open, put a hole in it, it seems to be a lot thicker than I'm expecting. I don't know whether it's just me being overly cautious, or something about the colouring in process that's causing it to compress and the walls to get thicker maybe, I don't know. I'm going to try it and make sure that this isn't too thick. I haven't decided on the shape yet. A lot of clay at the bottom here. Going to colour it in a bit so it doesn't flare out too much. Ultimately it's going to have to come back in on itself. It's obviously still very thick. These walls are about 1.5 centimetres thick still. There's a lot of clay to work with still. I'm getting a bit dry. Looking like a plant pot at the moment, but I'll give it some shape and change it to so I get a fair amount of height. Definitely flaring out quite a lot. I should have been kind of colouring it in as I went, I think. Yeah. Every time I've done this so far, it hasn't worked out really. But I'm determined to make a good one. This is where I think the walls are starting to get thicker. I'm colouring this in, which is obviously bringing the clay inwards. It's not really giving me much height, so presumably the thickness of the walls must be increasing. It's going to be a bird feeder, just a slightly different version of one. more of a kind of birdhouse. I have to stand up in a minute. A bit tall. Definitely feel some lumps in there. It's not very even. I haven't looked at the rim to see if it's got a big wobble in it yet. Not too bad actually. A bit of a wobble, as you can probably see. Quite often when I'm colouring in, it tends to accentuate wobbles, add wobbles. And whatnot. I'm surprised it's not too bad. Okay. Let's colour in again. Alright, go that a bit quick. What was at the top? Okay, I mean, as with all of these things, I feel like it's a bit short, even though it is quite tall, but for the width, in terms of the proportions, I'm not overly pleased with. I suppose I could colour in further down and make it a bit narrower, which should then give it a little bit more height. I just feel like I'm getting to that point now. It's got a few too many wobbles, few too many bumps. At any moment it could just collapse on itself. I think what I might do, try something a bit different, something I haven't done before, inspired by someone else. I'm not really sure how I'd do it with what I've got. In order to come in handy. Very, very dirty. Completely covered in clay. I really should clean my tools better. Right. I'm going to try and make it kind of angular. More angular. It's an homage to the excellent mugs MW Mugworks makes. I'll take off too much clay at the bottom yet. That's doing its job. It's supporting the weight of all of this clay. some more. Really accentuating the swirls now. And compressing it, I think, because it's gone quite thick again, which is what always happens when I try and make a closed form, as I've said. So, let's try anyway. I'm not going to lose anything by trying. It's not colouring it in at all, it's just, yeah, take it further out if anything. I think I need to. So the idea of this will be, really, you bring it together completely at the top, and once it's leather hard, I'll cut out a little hole for the birds to be able to get in. It's definitely quite round, which is not what I'm aiming for, so far. Definitely flattened it. I lost a lot of height there. But I'm never very good at it's actually closing it up. Like a flying saucer. Definitely compressed it back kind of together. I can feel how thick these walls are again. They definitely weren't that thick a minute ago. I think it's the act of colouring it in that's going wrong. Need something inside it just to keep it from flattening anymore. Use my stick. It's not a nice stick. Interesting firing technique here. Would not recommend. Right, I really just want to get this closed up now. It's always a bit of a struggle with just getting that last. Oh no, there it goes. Okay. It's okay. Buckled a bit, I think. I think I want to bring it up. Let's bring it up. Let's try and bring it back up. It's the joys of trying something completely different. Without really think about it. It works. I don't think it did work. So, web. Yeah, getting very thin and uneven. Alright, I actually lost a bit there, but it's okay. Alright, what we're going to do, because I think if I continue along this line, it's going to get worse. I've got a lot of clay down here because it's pushed it out. Let's bring it back open. See if I can rescue this. I mean, at one point it would have made quite a nice urn. It's just getting that lid closed, that top closed off. I'm struggling with. Oh, Ronald. Oh, yeah. My earbud just fell out, and there was a bucket of water right next to me. It's very nearly fell in that. Could you just, yeah. No, I've tried it. I'm determined to make this a bird feeder, one way or another. Flat on the floor. Just get my earbud back in my ear so it doesn't fall off my leg here into a bucket of water, because that's not going to be good for it. I do have a towel, good. Secured. Right, back to business. So, yeah, this is all compressed, I think. It feels really thick at the bottom, where it wasn't before. So as much as it's going to cause me pain, because it's wobbly, it's lumpy, I have to pull it up again. Otherwise I'm just going to run out of clay. So I'm just going to be sitting at the bottom. Okay. It's really uneven. Just going to take a little bit off just to make it easier, hopefully. Yeah, of course it's stuck. Come on. There you go. Well, feels like round 12 at the moment, to be honest. I'm not winning. Just keeps kind of shrinking down and going wider. Which is not what I want. He's playing with fire, I think. I don't want you to be too wide. So I'm calling you in. Now, also, really not centered. Yeah, the shape keeps changing is the problem. Anyway, so I'll try and collar the top in it. It's going down in the middle, getting wider and shorter in the middle. I guess I'll just try and do it, use my whole hands. Keep the shape and the collar at the same time. I don't have the biggest hand, so it's not overly easy for me. Oh, it's a lot taller than again. Not lost that much clay. Oh, come on. This is the one. This is the knockout blow. One way or another. Really uneven. No, I don't think this is going to work. It seems so good to begin with. I was maybe a bit ambitious with the shape of it. It's getting more and more uneven. Wobblier and wobblier. Thinner in places, thicker in others. I have to lose more of it because that's just going to buckle in a second. It's the longest I've taken on a single throw for a very long time. can't get it. I just cannot get it. Every time I try and climb it in at the top, the height just drops like a stone. I think I really need to look into this a bit more next before I next try this again. It happens every time. The balls end up being so thick. So I'm obviously doing something wrong. Must be pushing down as a collar it maybe. So only when I kind of get to that last stage of it almost being together. Quite a lot of water in the bottom of that as well. Yeah, I'll have to look something up. I'm sure there are plenty of tutorials, videos, etc. online for a closed shape. Let's try and just make it a lot narrower. See if that helps. I don't have to go in as much. Careful. Get rid of that because it's gonna go anyway. This was 2.5 kilos of clay when I put it on the wheel. Probably lost a kilo. Just been cutting bits off the top when they go too wobbly. I feel like this is the one, even though it's buckling, it's moving, it's wobbling, it's gonna close, gonna do it. Not. It's still a tiny hole. And it's wobbled like a little buckled ever so slightly. But I'm just gonna close it. Oh no. Hi Wizzy. I wouldn't say I'm getting a handle on it. it's, it's fighting me all the way today. And it's actually just buckled. I'm trying to close it up. I can't leave it like that. Just when you think you got it. Just when you think you got it. It's got one last punch to throw. try and use all this excess that I've got at the top here just to seal it up. Problem is it's pretty much horizontal at the top now. And that's no longer excess, it's been exercised. Oh man, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check out some tutorials on closed forms. This has been humbling, I would say. But you know, it's a learning curve, as people like to say. Getting everything at the top now, so I keep losing bits. I might have to give up on that shape because it's just every single time it's fighting back. I'm getting less and less clay. Now roll a bit of clay in the bottom as well. Nope, still don't get it. Okay. One last try, and then I'll do something different if this doesn't work. Oh man. So small compared to what it was. I don't really want another vase or plant pot. Oh, this is just the worst bit of throwing I've ever done, I think. Never had it go quite so badly before. Just not being able to do the thing that I've wanted to do. I mean, look at that. Oh, it's kind of an interesting shape. Certainly, couldn't do it if I tried, but it does look quite cool. I don't know how it would stand up in terms of think I'm going to have to rethink this. It's just not playing ball. One last try, because this top bit's going to have to come off anyway. I think we got it. Not nearly as big as I was hoping, but it's closed. I'm going to leave this knob on the top. And then I'll be able to make a hole in it and hang the whole thing. I have a feeling the walls are going to be like a centimetre thick, because that's how they always turn out with this shape. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to look into some experts, see what they do, see how they do it, because that's the fourth or fifth time I've tried a kind of bell-shaped bird feeder. It always just turns out pretty much the same. Big thick walls, not much height. But anyway, it's okay. It's all experience, and that's what I'm here for really at the moment. You know, trying to follow what compels me. Just trying to take some of the excess off now, because I know it's going to be very thick. I'm going to need something to turn this in, because obviously turning it upside down is going to be impossible. Not bad for a disaster. I'll take that. This is my bird house. Not bad for a disaster. Okay, let's wire it off. Put a line under it, literally. Okay. Right. How heavy does it feel? It feels probably about the same weight as that. That's how, you can imagine how thick those walls are going to be. That much clay kind of sat there. Let's just clean up a little bit. Because I've run out of clay. Well, I haven't run out of clay, but run out of the clay that I plan to use. What is the time? Okay, it's 20 past 6. So I probably will call it a day there. So that makes 3 quite nice, I think, bird feeding dishes. And one not bad for a disaster. If you didn't see at the start, I also finished off my cactus. I'll get him back over for the end, because hopefully if you see that in the thumbnail, it might be a bit more enticing than not bad for a disaster hut. Where is it there? I think he's looking good, and he was also a disaster to begin with. My cactus. Yeah, put those spikes because they're extremely delicate. I think he's looking good now. I'll put him there. He can stay there. He's the star of the show. He does have movement. Looks like he's about to shoot you with needles. Wow, colours today. Right, let's come over. Yeah, so I didn't have to make new arms, thankfully, but they are certainly, actually I'll go back because you can see them. The arms are a bit shorter, basically, than they originally were. This one's almost got no kind of bit that comes out, it's mostly going up. But I'm happy enough, basically. He's recognisable. And throwing new arms would have been a pain because they would have been wetter than the rest. So I decided just to go with it. I did most of the work off stream just to kind of take the pressure off myself. It wouldn't have been so sad if I'd had to end him. But yeah, I think he turned out okay. Hopefully he'll survive the bisque firing, and hopefully I'll be doing that in a couple of days. Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of these joints might be a bit delicate, so there's a chance for cracking and breaking, but that's always, thank you. I am quite proud of them. I don't really do much hand building. But yeah, obviously cracking and breaking is a risk that we take with clay. See, is anyone on? Oh, would you look at that? Let's just check. I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's good. Right. So you're alright. Yeah, I mean, there's an obvious raid for me. So let's do that. So thanks a lot for coming in. I'm going to send you over to another potter that looks like, actually isn't potting today, but I'm going to send you over there anyway. Yeah, thanks for coming. Oh, hi. You staying set? Hopefully I've got your name right now. I'm just finishing. But thanks for coming in. Drop me a follow if you want to see me again. So yeah, thanks for everyone coming in. I'll be back on probably Monday actually. I've got Monday off work, so I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.